You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. Here's a story that will restore your faith in humanity. For the last 7 years, through sickness and poverty, a Sarasota man has made it his mission to give back to the community.
In 3 years, he estimates he's fed 20,000 homeless people. But when we talked to him today, the last thing he wanted was credit for his work. Instead, he showed ABC 7's Taylor Torregano the community effort behind his generosity. She's live at Panera Bread with the beginning of this story. Taylor.
Jess, Scott, it starts here every other morning. Cliff makes his way to this Panera across from UTC Mall to pick up any leftover perishable food that wasn't bought the day before. Then he makes his way to his next stop, then another.
What can we do to make the city better, okay, to help people?
Clifton Carmonagale has made it his life work to answer that question.
This is the fun part. I'm really blessed, and that's one of the reasons I give back to the community. I really shouldn't be here.
Prostate cancer and a brain aneurysm could not stop the Sarasota man who still found a way to make it here at the start of each Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Every time he comes, picks it up day after day, like week after week, year after year, and it really does, it's rewarding to see, like, to be a part of that process.
Panera donates bread, sandwiches, bagels, anything left over from the day before.
And then I go to the 7-Eleven across the street from Sarasota Memorial Hospital, and instead of throwing out all their food, they donate it to me.
Then Cliff makes his way here to the Wendy's on Washington.
Gracias, mi amigo.
He helps other people get on their feet so they too can help other people. It's paying it forward.
His last stop, his former home, the sidewalk in front of the Salvation Army.
I've been homeless. I've lived in the Salvation Army. I know what it's like to live there. And that's why I feed my homeless in front of the Salvation Army.
It's a reality many of these people are too embarrassed to talk about, but it was clear to see the gratitude on the faces of those who accepted what would likely be their only meal of the day.
You guys have a great day. There you go.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day. I do it because of my passion. It's in my blood. It's a joint effort, you know, it's a collaborative effort.
And a reminder that a little bit of kindness goes a long way. Now, though Cliff is just barely getting on his feet himself, he says this is only the beginning. He has several ideas to help the homeless here in Sarasota, including starting a new project for a bike sharing program that will allow him to raise money in order to buy a hotel to give those homeless permanent housing. I'm live at Panera. Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Taylor, thank you so much. What a great story and an inspiration as well. Well, the federal government is changing rules about how it helps with treatment for substance abuse disorders. The bipartisan legislation, which passed the Senate by a 98-1 vote on Wednesday, is now headed to President Trump. It would require screening new Medicare beneficiaries for opioid abuse so they can be included in a Medicare drug management program. The bill also would expand the use of telehealth services for the treatment of substance abuse disorders. It would also increase the number of healthcare providers who can prescribe or dispense medication-assisted treatment.
Florida Governor Rick Scott says he believes health care should be a right. Scott's statement, which came during a debate against U.S. Senator Bill Nelson this week, followed years of Scott fighting against heavy government involvement in providing health care. In this week's heated debate in their U.S. Senate race, Nelson criticized Scott for his health care stances, including Florida joining a lawsuit to overturn the Federal Affordable Care Act. If the lawsuit is successful, it could end a part of the law that protects people with pre-existing conditions who seek insurance coverage.
President Trump is speaking in Florida on Monday, but the man he boosted to the Republican nomination for governor will not be with him. Former U.S. Representative Ron DeSantis won a come-from-behind victory in the August primary with the help of the president's endorsement, but his campaign said he won't be with the president because the Orlando speech is an official White House event and not a political stop. The White House says the president will address law enforcement issues and securing the border with Mexico. All right, let's get a check now on our Friday evening weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, right now we're watching some showers. We had some activity earlier in South Sarasota County. That has since moved out into the Gulf of Mexico. A few more showers over Polk County into our interior counties. There's some showers, but all in all, a pretty nice evening. Some showers possible at 30% through this evening. We still have that sea breeze, which is lined up right along I-75 in North Sarasota that kind of bends over toward Cortez. So that may be a focal point for a few passing showers later on. As far as the futurecast goes, look for a 30% chance for an evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise mostly fair skies. And then for Saturday to start the day off, we'll see plenty of sunshine around. It will stay hot over the weekend too. High temperatures expected to be above seasonal averages, right around 90 degrees. Right now it's currently 87, the heat index at 94. We have a west wind at 9 and the pressure 2997. We are monitoring a system down to our south in the Northwest Caribbean. It has a real good chance of developing into our next tropical system as it makes its way into the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend. There's not a lot of forecast models on it yet. Most of them are taking it off to the north and then toward the panhandle of Florida. It remains to be seen. We have to wait and see until that low pressure actually develops and we have a true system to really get a good handle on it. Elsewhere in the tropics, we continue to watch Leslie out there in the Atlantic, just spinning around and getting rid of some excessive energy in the Atlantic. We'll have much more coming up a little bit later. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. The jury has reached a verdict in case of Chicago police officer Jason Van Dyke on trial for the 2014 shooting death of African-American teenager Laquan McDonald. ABC's Linda Lopez has that story.
After less than 8 hours of deliberations, a Chicago jury convicting Officer Jason Van Dyke.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of second-degree murder.
Van Dyke sitting stone-faced as he listened to the verdict. But outside the courthouse, cheers erupting from demonstrators.
Over the last few years, we went through hell to get justice for Laquan, and today is a step in the right direction.
The jury also finding Van Dyke guilty of 16 counts of aggravated battery with a firearm. 1 count for each shot fired at 17-year-old Laquan McDonald.
This time we finally got justice.
Officer Van Dyke had faced a charge of first-degree murder. A conviction on second-degree murder means the jury agreed that the accused truly believed the killing was justified, but that the belief wasn't reasonable. The verdict, the latest chapter in a story that's made headlines ever since a judge ordered the release of squad car video of the shooting. The video, played repeatedly at trial, shows Van Dyke opening fire. Van Dyke continues to shoot when McDonald is lying in the street. After the verdict, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel and Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson releasing a joint statement saying, "As we absorb their decision, let us continue to hear each other and partner with each other as public servants, police, and members of the public." Now, Van Dyke was found guilty of second-degree murder and aggravated battery, but was acquitted of official misconduct. This is the first time in nearly 50 years that a Chicago police officer has been convicted of murder for an on-duty death. Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York.
The debut of SpaceX and Boeing crew capsules is delayed until next year. NASA says this week that the first commercial test flights have slipped from late this year into next year. SpaceX is shooting for a January shakedown of its Dragon capsule without anyone on board. And Boeing is aiming for a March trial run of its Starliner capsule, also minus astronauts. Those tests would be followed by flights with crews next summer. That would be 8 years after astronauts last rocketed into orbit from the U.S. aboard the space shuttle.
A Palmetto woman is celebrating a big win tonight. She became an instant millionaire. Today, Sonia Bacon claimed the $5 million top prize at the Florida Lotto headquarters. She won the Florida edition $5 million scratch-off game. She chose to receive it all in one lump sum of $3,840,000. She bought the winning ticket from the BP on 14th Street West in Bradenton. The owner of that store will get a $10,000 commission.
Old friends are reaching out to her tonight.
I'm sure.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, why obesity is set to become the leading cause of cancer in women.
And how Uber is helping people register to vote and get to the polls. Those stories next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Runs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but But do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs As Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs As Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and co-insurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits. You get all this coverage for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas, and Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals. So call or go online today. Find out if your doctor is part of the Humana network and get your free decision guide. Discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free.
Strong storm, the trees are down and the lights are out.
No air conditioning, no refrigerator.
I get how strong the storm was, but I need my power back.
We get it. We don't just work for FPL, we're customers too.
After a storm hits, restoring power safely and as quickly as possible is our #1 priority. That's why we never stop preparing. We have the best resources in place so we can be ready to respond in good weather and bad.
Storm season is here. We're ready. Are you?
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Causes of cancer in women in the world today, but that's likely to change. Andy Rose tells us why in today's Health Minute.
Obesity and diseases related to obesity have long been global health concerns. That's true in the UK, which has one of the highest obesity rates in Western Europe. Now a new report warns obesity is set to overtake smoking as the leading preventable cause of cancer for women in the United Kingdom. Cancer Research UK found that by 2035, around 23,000 women in the UK will suffer from obesity-related cancers. Smoking is currently linked to 12.4% of cancers in British women, compared to just 7.5% caused by obesity, according to the British Journal of Cancer. However, if the trends continue, by 2043, smoking will take a back seat to obesity. Charlotte Bevan, a professor of cancer biology at the Imperial College in London, says regardless of sex, the obesity trend affects both men and women. She says the physical and chemical changes that lead to obesity can cause some cancers, like prostate and breast cancer, to spread. For today's Health Minute, I'm Andy Rose.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, tropical season quite not over yet. We still have just over a month and a half before the official end, and a lot of times we look to the western portion of the Caribbean to see if anything popping up there, because that's where the most likely area it is to occur. We are watching a system down to our south that has a 70% chance of developing over the next 5 days. Really not a lot going on right now except for a broad area of low pressure off the Yucatan Peninsula. There's some high clouds to the north of it off of Nicaragua and Honduras that are streaming off to the east. That indicates some high shear. And so here's a look at the European forecast model showing the system definitely developing into something tropical, it looks like, maybe a depression or storm heading off toward the Panhandle on Wednesday and Thursday. Still, a lot remains to be seen. These models will change, I suspect, over the upcoming 48 hours as a result of the low not even developed yet. Here's the GFS taking it off toward the north slower and being a little bit bigger as well and getting closer to us here along the west coast of Florida. So this one bears watching, obviously. We have to keep a close eye on it over the weekend. We'll have a better handle, especially by Sunday late, as to what it may be doing. We also have a system out there in the Atlantic we've been watching for over 2 weeks now, and it's going to stay out there for at least 5 days. Leslie is moving off to the east now and will continue to move in that direction and eventually head back to where it belongs or where it started about 2 weeks ago. Hard to believe. 27 days, by the way, is the longest a storm has been around in the Atlantic Basin. Well, the Holmes Beach webcam showing a pretty nice day out there today, out in the waters with that east wind, as it has been all week. And guess what? It's going to stay that way over the weekend. So we should see a pretty good weekend as far as the red tide goes, and get out there and help out some of the establishment and some of the waiters and waitresses and staff out there. A little bit of a sea breeze has developed right along the coastline. And you can see from the Titan radar picture, not a lot of rain going on here. We have had a few showers earlier, and it looks like there's a chance to see a few more later on tonight. But the rain chances aren't all that high. We have music on Main at Lakewood Ranch and a lot of high school football action. I think most of the games should be okay. High pressure holding that front off to our north, so that should not be a big factor. We're not going to cool down anytime soon. In fact, long-range models suggesting not much going on as far as that is concerned. Well, look at the dry air over the Bahamas right now. That dry air will stick around on Saturday and Sunday. It'll moisten up a little bit, so a little bit better chance for a few passing showers comes late Sunday. 87 degrees right now in Sarasota. You can see the temperatures generally into the mid to upper 80s, although where it's rained, 80 degrees there in Sebring. Current conditions showing 87 degrees. Feels like temperature 94. Nice fall day, right? And the dew point temperature at 73. Today's high was below 90 finally. It's still above average though. And the national satellite picture showing a storm system over the northern plain states, but that is not going to sweep our way anytime soon as a result of a high pressure ridge off the southeast coast. Some snow falling earlier today in Minnesota. Get a look at these temperatures cooling down, fall-like readings over the northern plain states and throughout the Great Lakes. Much hotter over the southeast. Here's the forecast for boaters. Northeast winds at 10 knots. We'll have a light chop on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature still warm, 85 degrees. The extended forecast then shapes up like this. A good weekend ahead. A better chance for some scattered storms comes Monday. And then we'll be watching the tropics closely Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Our best timing to see any rainfall from this system, and I think it will be mainly rain, will be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Back to you. Oh, excuse me, Fisher.
Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. On the interstate tonight, we're seeing just some minor backups between Fruitville Road and University Parkway.
New unemployment numbers show the rate of joblessness in the U.S. is the lowest it's been in decades. The unemployment rate fell to 3.7% in September. That's the lowest it's been in 49 years since December of 1969. 134,000 jobs were added last month, but that is below expectations and below the monthly average for the year. Labor Department says Hurricane Florence impacted results for the month.
A recall alert. Toyota is recalling over 800,000 Prius vehicles in the United States. The recall affects 2010 to 2014 Toyota Priuses and 2012 to 2014 Prius V vehicles. The recalled vehicles were designed to enter a fail-safe driving mode in response to certain hybrid system faults. In rare situations, the car may not enter that mode as intended, which could cause the car to lose power and stall. Toyota will notify the involved owners once the software update is available, and dealers will update the software for all involved vehicles at no charge.
Uber has announced an initiative to promote voter turnout for the midterm election on November 6th. The ride-sharing company is launching its Drive the Vote campaign, helping people register, find their polling places, and in some cases giving free rides to the voting booth. As long as you have the most up-to-date version of the app, you'll be able to find your polling place and then summon a ride. Earlier this week, Uber began distributing information also about registration to riders using that Uber app. Stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Hundreds of protesters gathered at the Hart Senate building in Washington to protest Supreme Court Justice nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
And a couple of celebrities that showed up to protest are claiming they were arrested. Comedian Amy Schumer tweeted video of herself at the protest where she says, "I think we're going to get arrested." Another video shows police asking the 37-year-old if she wants to be arrested and her answering yes. Fellow actress Emily Ratajkowski joined Schumer in yesterday's protest, writing on Instagram that she was also arrested.
Emily and I just wanted to thank you all so much for showing up today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep showing up. And no matter how this goes, they cannot keep us down. We will win. A vote for Kavanaugh is a vote saying women don't matter.
That's a lie. That's not true.
Let's stay together.
Don't believe the lie.
Let's fight.
Schumer's political involvement may not seem surprising when you consider her lineage. She is Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's cousin.
The Situation has been sentenced to 8 months in prison for tax fraud. The Jersey Shore star was charged shortly after his brother Mark received a 2-year sentence on the same charge. Both brothers pleaded guilty in January. They were charged in 2014 with tax offenses related to nearly $9 million in income.
Monica Lewinsky is teaming up with celebrities for an anti-bullying campaign that targets name-calling. Lewinsky says the hashtag Defy the Name campaign calls on people to change their social media names to include the names they were bullied by. Lewinsky says she had a long list of names from childhood on. She was a White House intern when she had an affair with President Bill Clinton. Clinton initially denied the affair before admitting to it in 1998.
Fresh off the heels of her successful Las Vegas residency, Jennifer Lopez is set to debut a new song at the 2018 American Music Awards. The three-time AMA winner and former host will perform a brand new song from her upcoming feature film, Second Act, during the award show. Don't miss J-Lo's performance on this year's American Music Awards, airing Tuesday night at 8 p.m. right here on ABC7.
The film A Star is Born opens in theaters today after selling out hundreds of preview shows around the country last night. Movie and music fans praising Bradley Cooper's work on and off screen, as well as Lady Gaga's first big acting role. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has a preview.
Can I ask you a personal question?
The remake of this classic Hollywood tale opening today and already getting a lot of Oscar buzz.
I'm so humbled by this experience.
Lady Gaga co-starring in A Star is Born with the film's co-writer Bradley Cooper.
There's no movie without her, period.
Making his directorial debut.
But I feel like he's been a director in many ways his whole life because of his love for movies.
The film about a seasoned musician who falls in love with a struggling artist whose career then takes off follows their personal and romantic challenges.
Technicolor production, A Star is Born.
A fresh take on a movie that originated in 1937 and was remade in 1954 starring Judy Garland and James Mason.
You don't know what it's like.
And again in 1976 with Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson.
Don't you want to?
That's not the point.
So do I, so we should do it together.
I want to tell a story about people finding their voice. I never thought about it in terms of what came before.
Gaga saying she drew from her own personal experiences for her big screen debut, already getting rave reviews.
In high school, I got made fun of for having big dreams. I was depressed, and that is where I drew from my life experience for this character.
And she says she learned a lot about acting from Bradley Cooper. Other co-stars include Andrew Dice Clay, Sam Elliott, and Dave Chappelle. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I can't wait to hear Bradley Cooper sing in that movie.
So he's supposedly super good at it.
I know, I heard Lady Gaga was blown away.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. He's
Yeah.
just so talented, he just wins Oscars, it seems.
We'll
May
see
win
if
some more.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
On the next Black Almanac.
Local physicians in Sarasota Memorial Hospital are joining forces to improve health outcomes and increase access to health care for children in communities most in need. The results they're finding are incredible.
The work that they've been able to do in terms of improving outcomes of our diabetics, for example, which is one of our sickest groups, has been phenomenal.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC7.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase is coming to the Venice Community Center October 5th and 6th from 9 to 3. There will be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy a great food court and see new boats and cars in an outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase, sponsored in part by ABC7. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase is coming to the Venice Community Center October 5th and 6th from 9 to 3. There will be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy a great food court and see new boats and cars in an outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase, sponsored in part by ABC7.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.